Hi everyone, if you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch and then you come back for context. But I want us to continue this discussion from where I left it the last time. So we broke it down, the whole victim shaming and all that, and today I just want to address the women. And disclaimer, as I said in the first one, feel free to disagree, be cordial, please try as much as possible to not be abusive on the comment section. But I'll say it as I see it, I'll say it as I believe it, and I'll say it as I know it. So the issue of velving brought in a lot of discussion, and as usual, the first one was victim shaming. What was he doing in a hotel with a stranger at night? Why are women so materialistic? Why do they need to want a life that they don't want to work for, and all that book crap? And there was one prominent person in Kisumu that sort of took that narrative, and everyone condemned. Then women began to find ways of settling scores, and they did. And so things about her personal life were brought into the discussion. People who disagreed with her a long time ago then found it very, very convenient to now begin to have this discussion around who she is, what she's not, how overrated she is. Her big butt came into the discussion, her small brain. And that is what we do as women, and that's why we don't go anywhere in leadership. We are the majority. We need to have someone in State House who looks like us, because representation matters. But we are so small-minded, like our minds are so narrow when it comes to a fellow woman, that you are the constant thing that you feel whenever you see another woman rise is to bring them down, because that's our default. Because I don't know whether that's how we've been socialized. I am not an expert, I will not purport to be one, but it is sad. It is just so sad that in this day and age, when we have bigger issues to fight, when we stand on the shoulders of women who gave out their everything so that we get to the platforms that we are at, we are still so close-minded that we will fight other women at any given opportunity, that we will bring down women, fellow women, at any given opportunity. And I'll connect this with abuse, don't worry. And we are these people who are so holier than thou that we cannot wait. Like, we are itching to find mistakes from other women, to be able to expose them, and to be able to talk about them, and to be able to put in our 2 cents, because talk is cheap and data is free and cheap, and we get into this thing and this cycle. Quite honestly, I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. We stand at the shoulders of people like Wangari Maathai, who it took them everything to fight for what we have today. It took the women that went to Beijing. We could not own land. We could not leave the country without our husbands or our fathers' permission. We could not do anything without a man's permission. And there are women who fought so that you are able to even afford the right to go to school. And so you've gone to school, and with your English, you're on social media abusing other women and telling them what to do and what not to do and how to behave and how not to behave. And the other people are like, you are doing what? You are you know hoes, you know everyone, you know who is sleeping with everyone, you know the hotels that they are sleeping in. Shame on you. Shame on you. And when you call out issues like this, they are quick to say, oh, beginning motivational speeches about women are against each other. I will say it. We have not gone far because we have not made up our minds that we will stand for fellow women. And that's a shame. That's a shame. I will tell you, if a man would have said the same thing that woman said, they might not have gotten the same backlash. Why? Are they special, or because they don't undergo the pain that we undergo, they are free to do whatever we want, and then now we want to be trivial and petty with fellow women? I will tell you, and I'm ranting because I'm mad. I am someone who was where I see most of women are at right now. It used to infuriate me that a woman is going, I don't know whether it's how we, I don't know what it is about us. Until I got to a point I began asking myself, but why is it that I am too hard on women? And I rarely question what a man does. What is it about me and about how I see things and my perspective makes me drawn to fighting other women? And it boils down to how we raise our children. It boils down to how we raise our children as women. The boys are always kababa and daddy, and they can do whatever they want, and they don't have rules. And the girls are put on under so much pressure to be perfect, to do whatever they need to do, to be disciplined, to be hardworking. And you're shocked that now women are catching up. Yes, women are leveling up because we have refused to put up our boys to the same standard that we put up our girls. We have refused to tell men that you need to be responsible. And we keep on telling our girls, oh, be responsible, mind your environment, come back home before 7. And our boys can impregnate every woman in the village, but if our girl gets pregnant, it's a problem. Why? Why? And then we breed a society of careless men who don't think, don't reason. They think that women owe them. And so when they get into marriages, they abuse their partners. They are constantly with so much egos, with nothing between their ears, and they want you to be subservient to them. They, even at the workplace, they feel like they are higher than you, and you need to bow down and respect them, and you need to make sure that they are comfortable and all that. And you are shocked that they constantly rape girls because they view them as objects. It's a pattern that needs to stop. It's a pattern that has outlived its mandate. Let's hold women. I'm talking to you because I have seen how we parent. I have seen the difference in how men are parented and how women are parented from the point that they are boys and girls. And I know parenthood is a two-way thing. There's a father's involved. Don't come at me. I know. I just have observed that women have a certain soft spot towards their boys that prevents them from telling them no and telling them it cannot work, and it's always yes. yes. And they grow up knowing that it is always yes. It must be yes. If I'm told no, especially by a woman, I cannot handle it, then now I have to rape. I have to abuse. How come my wife is telling me no? Where does he get the audacity to even tell me no? And they have not wrapped their head around consent. They don't know what it is. They feel we are brought here to be their play toys and they can do whatever they want. We have to stop. We have to stop. And we have to parent children the same way. If it's washing dishes, everyone gets to the kitchen and washes those dishes. If it's rules around coming back, if you come back late, everyone faces the same consequences. If your boy goes around and makes a girl pregnant, you have to make sure that they're responsible for that pregnancy. Because we let boys get away with so much, and you're shocked that girls are beginning to rise and boys are sort of like somewhere in the middle. It's because you can never go far if you're an indisciplined person. And most of the boys you are raising are indisciplined mothers. We are raising boys who cannot take instructions. They can't wrap their head around instructions. And they cannot work cohesively with women because they feel women must respect them and must listen to them. And so they catcall you in the streets and they expect you to respond. If you don't respond, it's a problem. Why? And those are the questions that I have. When your girl is defiled by your husband and you're there protecting your husband, what are you trying to communicate? That your husband is more important? When your brother defiles someone that you know and you're trying to protect them, why are you protecting them? Because they're more important? And when a fellow woman is abused and you're there advising women, what are you trying to tell us? What are you trying to tell us? That men don't take responsibility. Oh, they're always like that. They will always be rapists. Shut up. Shut up. One rapist locked down is one less rapist in the streets. And we need to work our heads around making sure that these people are locked up. And if you're a woman who is protecting a rapist, shame on you. If you're a woman who is living with an abuser, shame on you. If your child, your husband, your uncle, your nephew is a rapist and you know it and you protect it and you start devaluing girls like they dressed in a certain way, they were looking for it, and you're a woman, shame on you. It's us who perpetrate this culture that comes back to bite us. It's us who constantly feed the devil. And then when the devil comes back and hits us, then we are, all of a sudden now, all of us are activists. All of us. Including the very abusers who abuse their house helps in their house, who underpay their house helps, who underpay the people that are so close to them, the people who treats women like trash, even in the workplace. You're the boss, you're a woman, you'd rather employ men because you don't like working with women. There's so much drama. You're part of the problem. You're women that fire people when they're going on maternity leave. And you want to tell us that no, you're the activists, you're the people who fight for women. Yet you cannot stay with a woman employee in your organization because you're so toxic and vile. You're the problem. And you're perpetuating a culture that will come back and bite us. So I just want us to relook. Check your environment. As a woman, don't be part of the abuse. Because it's not only sexual violence. Women are abused in so many ways, and economic empowerment is one of the biggest way that women run away from abuse. And if you don't want to pay your women employees well, they live in slums and they are predisposed to idiots. And they live in unsafe environment. And I'm not saying slums, they are idiots saying that. Don't come at me. Don't come at me. But you can buy security. And we can only do that when we equal the playing field. We can only do that if there's some leveling to be done. And so I challenge you as a woman. I challenge you. And I'll come back to the men. I'll come back to everyone. But I'm challenging you right now. Do better. Choose to challenge. There are systems in your life that have constantly perpetrated abuse. And don't stand for it. Not just when it's cute. Don't come and start telling us about, oh, did you rape, did you what, did you what, when it's convenient. No. Be someone who can stand up when it's in season and out of season. Be someone who can walk the talk. Be someone who is empowering women around you. And not be the one who is speaking from both ends of the mouth, because these things are interconnected. It's not only sexual violence. There's so many other forms of violence. And if you're a perpetrator of either of those violence, you don't have the moral standing to be able to lecture us over anything. So check yourself. And this is just a call to action. Check yourself. And find yourself. If you find yourself wanting change, change. Before you begin to tell us about one thing and do the other thing, change. Change. You're the same people who you cannot stand women going up. You cannot stand it. It gives you sleepless nights. And you're lecturing us on social media. Stop it. So I want us to walk the talk. If all of us would say that a rapist will not survive in this environment under my watch, I will frog march you to the police station if I have to. We will not live with these people because we are living with them. They're our kids. We protect them. We bail them out. We bribe people to bail them out. And then you're here telling us about things you don't practice. Stop it. And next, I'm coming at parents as a whole. And men. So grab whatever needs to be grabbed, and once again come back for part 3 of this conversation, because it's conversations that we need to have. Please, let's talk in the comment section. If you have anything that is not clear, if you disagree, that is accepted. Please, let's disagree. And let's be able to talk about the issues that matter. So thank you so much. Subscribe, comment, like, share, invite your other friends. Let's have this discussion. Thank you.